resistance and resistivity.
Specific resistance.
Resistance, specific resistance is both are same. Resistivity is nothing but property of material. Resistance another device. Resistance is a device.
Sir, EC I have joined now only, sir.
EC की వేరే టాపిక్ ఉంది. సో మీరు క్లోజ్ అవుతే వాళ్ళు జాయిన్ అవుతా ఉంటారు.
సార్ మాది ఈసీ సార్, ఇప్పుడే జాయిన్ అయినా.
ఓకే, ట్రిపుల్ స్టూడెంట్స్, ఈసీ వాళ్ళు కాదు, ట్రిపుల్. మీకు ఏమన్నా డౌట్ ఉందా చెప్పండి ఒకసారి. ట్రిపుల్ స్టూడెంట్స్, యూ కెన్ అన్మ్యూట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. So if there is any EC students, wait for a few minutes, then we will start your session also.
Okay, sir.
No doubt, sir. Can I leave?
Sir, no doubt, sir. It is clear.
Okay, if there is no doubts, you can leave from this meeting. So EC students, you can stay in this group only.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rishit. So
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Triple
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
ట్రిపుల్ వాళ్ళు లెఫ్ట్ కండి, ఈసీ వాళ్ళు గ్రూప్ లో కంటిన్యూ కండి.
इतने छोटे फोन में क्या कर
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon, sir. Right. So yesterday we had discussed about alternating current and DC current and voltage. Right.
voltage.
Okay, is it visible?
Sir. Sir.
Yes, sir. Voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. Okay, sir.
है
230 को है. 230 को है. क्या है?
Okay, let us start our class.
चार्जिंग डाल दे.
So in the previous classes, we had discussed about the first chapter. First, we discussed about the structure of power system. It consisting of 4 units. One is a generation. Second one is a transmission. Third one is a distribution. And fourth one is a utilization. So these 4 are the important parts in a power system. So next we discuss about current. Basically, current is available in 2 forms. One is a AC, second one is a DC. AC is nothing but alternating current. DC is nothing but direct current. So next we go to the introduction. So current is nothing but a rate of flow of electric charges through a conductor is called as a electric current. Another simple definition, the flow of electrons we are called as a electric current. Units is amperes. It is invented by means of the Andrew Marine amperes. So applications such as lighting, heating, coolers, home appliances, extras. So next we discuss about what is means by current and voltage. current is nothing but the movement of charges or flow of charges with a given time. So that is we are called as a current. So initially there is no direction for the electrons. They are freely moving around the conductor. So but whenever an external supply is connected to that, the electron movement will be takes place in a one direction. So that is we are called as a voltage. Current emo flow of charges. Voltage is nothing but which one supply force to move electrons. So that is we are called as a voltage. Current is a movement. Voltage is a force applied to move electrons from one place to the another place. So the direction may be, it may be from the left hand to the right hand or right hand side to the left hand side. So whatever the direction is not important, but the force is applied and that is a important thing. So example ga manam chusam water flowing in a pipe. Next there are two types of currents is available, conventional current and electron flow. Conventional current is always flowing from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So similarly, electron flow always flowing from negative terminal to the positive terminal. So that is we are called as a conventional current and electron flow. Always electron flow in the positive దగ్గరనే ఉంటదంటే electrons is a negative charges. Because of that reason, always it is attracting. We know the same magnetic properties also. Same poles are repulsed to each other, opposite poles are attract to each other. So from that we can observe here electron, in case of the electrical energy also, the same charges are repulsed to each other, opposite charges to attract to each other. So that is a major thing, right? So electrons is attracted by means of the positive charges. For that reason, the direction will be like this. Similarly, the positive charges is attracted by means of the negative one. So that's why the conventional current will be flowing in this direction. So these are the important things we are discussing in the last class, right? So next, what is the value of charge? What is the units for current? So those things also we are discussing. So in the previous class we have discussed about what is alternating current, what is direct current. Alternating current is nothing but it change magnitude and polarity at a regular interval of time is called as a alternating current. If it is does not change direction and magnitude, so that will be we are called as a direct current. So the magnitude is not changes, similarly direction also not changes. So that will be we are called as a DC current. Next, what is produces AC is nothing but by means of the alternators. So next, AC generators will be producing the electric current. So that will be we are called as a AC producers. Next, we discuss about this is a arrangement of a alternator. This is we are called as a prime mover and turbine also placed here to supply the mechanical energy. So this is we are called as a alternator which is producing the alternating current. Next, applications of alternating current. In case of the applications, home appliances will be working on AC, audio signals, radio signals. Next, AC to DC or DC to AC applications also we are used. That is nothing but in case of the transmission of power for long distances without great loss energy. So mostly alternating current will be we are used. Home appliances is nothing but iron box, immersion heater, rice cooker, television, refrigerator, micro ovens. These are all the best examples for the home appliances. So this is the structure of alternating current waveform. So it will be starting from 0 and reaches to the positive peak 90 degrees and decreases to the 180 degrees and negatively increasing to the 270 degrees and finally reaches to the 360 degrees. So this is will be we are called as a one cycle, a two set of half cycle. సో 0 నుంచి 180 వరకు ఉన్నది హాఫ్ సైకిల్, 180 నుంచి 360 వరకు ఉన్నది ఇంకొక హాఫ్ సైకిల్. సో దిస్ టూ సెట్ ఆఫ్ సైకిల్స్ విల్ బి we are called as a one cycle for a given period of time. So next, frequency is nothing but number of cycles per a second. So within a fraction of second, so how many cycles is produces? Until the generator will be rotates within a second 50 times. So that will be we are called as a frequency. Right? So time period is nothing but the time is required to complete one cycle. So 0 degrees నుంచి 360 degrees వరకు కంప్లీట్ చేయడానికి ఎంత టైం అయితే రిక్వైర్ అవుతుందో దాన్నే మనము టైం పీరియడ్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. సో దీంట్లో మనకు ఫార్ములా ఇస్ V is equals to Vm sin omega t. So where V is the voltage or EMF produced by means of the generators. So the next, where Vm is the maximum voltage attained by alternating currents. So all maximum voltage where we are obtained, this is a location and this is another location. So you can see here also, this is a maximum point positively, this is a maximum point negatively, this is another positive point and this is another negative point. So totally, so the voltage can be obtained the maximum value, so that is will be here called as a maximum voltage. So that is denoted by means of the Vm. Next, sin omega t. Sin omega t is the radiation or rotation of a conductor. So దాని గురించి మనం in detail గా next చూస్తాం. But this is a formula for the alternating quantity. This is for the voltage and this is for the current. Current is small I is equals to I max sin omega t. Right? దీనిలో మనకి ఇంపార్టెంట్ మనం చూసాం డిఫైన్ సైకిల్ అండ్ డిఫైన్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. సో నెక్స్ట్ AC voltage. AC voltage, AC current both have the same nature in the physical appearance as well as a graphical appearance also. Right? So we can see here it will be start from 0, maximally reaches at 90 degrees, decreases to 180 degrees and negatively increases to 270 degrees, negatively decreases to 360 degrees. The formula is V is equals to Vm sin omega t. Vm is a maximum point. So this point will be we are called as a Vmax positive, Vmax negative. Sin omega t, sin is a angular, omega is a angular frequency. Angular frequency is nothing but the angle turned by means of the conductor. So somewhere we are getting here, somewhere we are getting here. So right, so the locations or points of a coil can be decided by means of the angular frequency. So the angle takes place by means of a conductor or generator coils, that is we are called as a omega. Time is t is the time. So the time taken to complete one cycle, that will be we are considering as a small t. So then for V is equals to Vm sin omega t. DC is nothing but direct current. In case of the direct current definition, it is a unidirectional, means the magnitude and the direction does not changes with respect to the time. So that is we are called as a direct current. Direct voltage is nothing but it is also same definition, in which the voltage is not changes with respect to time. So current ki voltage ki renditi kuda same formula. So right, definition is the same. Examples: batteries, generators, solar cells, fuel cells. These are all the examples for the DC sources. So today we discuss about Ohm's law. So Ohm's law is nothing but it states that the temperature remains constant. So he is a scientist. Invented the Ohm's law. So on that only most of the devices is working. So what is the importance of Ohm's law is nothing but it explains the relationship. Between current and voltage. Potential difference we are called as a voltage. So it explains the relationship between the current I and the potential difference is a V. So because in any electrical energy, so they both are existence. Without voltage, there is no electron movement will be takes place. Similarly, if there is no electrons, even the voltage is present, it is a useless. So because of this reason, the voltage and currents are exist in a single circuit. So that is essential, right? So ఒకవేళ voltage ఒకటే ఉందనుకోండి, కరెంట్ ఏముండదు. ఒకవేళ కరెంట్ ఒకటే, ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఒకటే ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, వోల్టేజ్ అనేది దాంట్లో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అనేది కాదు. అంటే కరెంట్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ కావాలి అంటే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మూవ్మెంట్ అనేది జరగాలి. ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మూవ్మెంట్ జరగాలంటే వోల్టేజ్ అనేది దానికి పొటెన్షియల్ లేదా ఫోర్స్ అనేది అప్లై అవుతూ ఉండాలి. సో దాన్నే మనము ఇక్కడ కన్సిడర్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. సో జార్జ్ సైమన్ ఓమ్స్ అనేటువంటి సైంటిస్ట్ ఈజ్ ఇన్వెంటెడ్ ద ఓమ్స్ లా experimentally. So we have the practical in the second year on based on the Ohm's law, and there are some theorems will be there. So that will be we will do in the third semester. Maybe third semester we can get that. Right? So most important question, Ohm's law. Define Ohm's law. మీరు ప్రీవియస్ గా ఏ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ మీరు ఓపెన్ చేసినా గానీ ఆ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లో మీకు కనిపించే డెఫినెట్ గా క్వశ్చన్ ఓమ్స్ లా ఉంటది. 1 mark question, 3 marks question, essay question. So depending upon the question type, so the question may be various, and sometimes may be ask the definition only, sometimes may be ask about the explain Ohm's law, right? So that is the nature of the questions, right? So clearly listen the statement. Ohm's law states that the voltage across a conductor is directly proportional to current. Whatever the voltage we are applied in a circuit or a conductor is directly proportional to the current. ఎందుకనంటే మనం ఎంతైతే వోల్టేజ్ అప్లై చేస్తామో అన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం 1 volt అప్లై చేసాం అనుకోండి, దానికి ప్రపోర్షనల్ గా మాత్రమే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేది మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. 2 volts అప్లై చేశారనుకోండి, 2 volts కి ప్రపోర్షనల్ గా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేది మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ మూవ్ కావు. సో అందుకని అకార్డింగ్ టు ద స్టేట్మెంట్, ద వోల్టేజ్ అక్రాస్ ఏ కండక్టర్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు ద కరెంట్ ఫ్లోయింగ్ త్రూ ఇట్. బట్ దెర్ ఈస్ వన్ కండిషన్. ఇది ఎప్పుడు ఓమ్స్ లో అప్లికేబుల్ అవుతుందంటే ద టెంపరేచర్ రిమైన్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్. టెంపరేచర్ అనేది రిమైన్ గా కాన్స్టెంట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఇది వర్క్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో ఎందుకనంటే ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఈజ్ డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద లెంత్, క్రాస్ సెక్షన్ ఏరియా, టెంపరేచర్ అండ్ నేచర్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్. సో ద R ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రొపోర్షనల్ టు L, ఇన్వర్స్లీ ప్రొపోర్షనల్ టు ఏరియా అండ్ డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్ అండ్ నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద మెటీరియల్. సో ఈ 4 ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ కూడా మనకు రెసిస్టెన్స్ కి ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో అందుకనే ఓమ్స్ లా డిఫైన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఆల్వేస్ వీ షుడ్ రిమెంబర్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఆల్వేస్ రిమైన్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్. ఇఫ్ టెంపరేచర్ ఈస్ నాట్ కాన్స్టెంట్, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ వ్యాలిడ్ ఫర్ ద ఓమ్స్ లా, రైట్? సో ఐ హోప్ all of you understand the definition or statement of the Ohm's law. So simple definition, just remember 2 words, right? First, the temperature remains constant, then the applied voltage is directly proportional to current. So ee 2 words ne manamu form chestha unnam ikkada, right? So you can observe in the image animation, right? So there is a battery we are placed. So red color balls we are called as the electrons. So R is a resistance. So resistance అనేది మనం zigzag గా డ్రా చేస్తా ఉంటాం మామూలుగా. So it is slow down. So just you can observe. So here the electrons moving very quickly. So whenever the force is applied. So ఇక్కడ మామూలుగా ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఈ ప్లేస్ నుంచి ఈ ప్లేస్ కి రావడానికి సఫిషియంట్ ఎనర్జీ అనేది ఉండదు దానికి. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి మనము, an external force will be applied. So to lifting or drifting electrons from one place to another place. ఈ ఫస్ట్ ప్లేస్ నుంచి సెకండ్ ప్లేస్ కి ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేది మనకు డ్రిఫ్ట్ అవుతా ఉన్నాయి ఆర్ లిఫ్ట్ అవుతా ఉన్నాయి. సో దట్ ఈస్ విల్ బి వీఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఎ ఫోర్స్. దాన్ని మనము ఈఎంఎఫ్ అంటాం. ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ electromotive force. The force applied to move the electrons, that will be we are called as a electromotive force. So right. So ఇప్పుడు electrons ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి లిఫ్ట్ అయినాయి. So then it will be moving through the conductor. But the speed of the electrons is becomes reduces. Why? Because there is a opposition will be existence. So that is we are called as a resistor. Resistor is nothing but it is a device which is always opposes or reduce the speed of electrons. So that is we are called as a resistor. So these three are the important factors. The force is donated by means of the V, the voltage, that is we are called as a voltage, and the resistor is an important, that is R. Next, the electron movement through the conductor is we are donated by means of the I. So ఈ మూడింటి నుంచి మన రిలేషన్షిప్ అనేది తీసుకుంటా ఉంటాం. ఫస్ట్ వన్ the voltage, second one the resistor, and third one the current movement or the movement of the charges. So from that, according to the statement, V is directly proportional to I, or I is directly proportional to V. So ఈ రిలేషన్షిప్ ని మనం కన్సిడర్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. So is nothing but I is directly proportional to V. This is a basic relationship. So according to this statement, so we can get the formula as I is directly proportional to V. But మనకి ఏ ఈక్వేషన్ లో కానీ ఏముండదు, ప్రపోర్షనల్ కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది మనం తీసేసి కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది తీసుకొస్తా ఉంటాం. సో అప్పుడు ప్రపోర్షనల్ కాన్స్టెంట్ తీసేయాలంటే మనకు యూజ్ అయ్యేటువంటి టర్మ్ ఏంటంటే రెసిస్టెన్స్. సో అప్పుడు రెసిస్టెన్స్ ని మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే I is equals to V by R. So where R is the proportional constant, or it is also we are called as the resistance of a circuit. So this is a basic formula. Ohm's law ki basic formula ఏంటంటే I is equals to V by R. Or we can write another formula, I is directly proportional to V. So we are removing the proportional constant from here, then we are getting the value is equals I is equals to V by R. So వీటిని మనం డిఫరెంట్ ఫార్ములాస్ కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు నో ద వోల్టేజ్ ఆర్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఆర్ ఫోర్స్, సో దెన్ దిస్ ఫార్ములా విల్ బి వీఆర్ యూజ్డ్. ఇది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది కాదమ్మా, జస్ట్ ఈ నుంచే తీసుకున్నాం. రైట్, జస్ట్ వీఆర్ ఇంటర్చేంజింగ్ ద పొజిషన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ LHS to RHS and RHS to LHS. So if you are taking the R to here, what we are getting, it is a denominator. If you are moving LHS side, it is becomes multiplier. So then what we get, R into I. So దీని ఫార్ములాను మనం ఏం రాసుకుంటాండి, V is equals to I into R. So this is another formula. So similarly here also we are getting the same formula. So here R, so from here, so R we are moving to the LHS side. So R I. So ఇప్పుడు R అనేది ఇక్కడ నుంచి రిమూవ్ అయింది. So just R we are remains on LHS side, I we are moving to the RHS side. So then what we are getting, R is equals to V by I. So this is another formula. So totally we are getting the three formulas in case of the Ohm's law. So first one is I is directly proportional to V. So from that we can obtain I is equals to V by R. Next second formula, V is equal to I into R. Next third formula, R is equal to V by I. దీంట్లో మనకు మెయిన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ Ohm's law. It states that the voltage across a conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor. The temperature remains constant. ఇంకో డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పాలనుకోండి, అప్పుడు the temperature remains constant. The current flowing in a circuit is directly proportional to applied voltage. ఏదైతే వోల్టేజ్ మనం అప్లై చేస్తా ఉన్నామో లేదా ఏదైతే ఫోర్స్ మనం అప్లై చేస్తున్నామో సో దానికి ప్రపోర్షనల్ గా ఉంటుందనేటువంటి దాన్ని మనం ఇక్కడ గమనిస్తూ ఉంటాం. దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ద Ohm's law. Right. So simply to understand the Ohm's law, so this is a concept, right? So there are two circuits we are taking here. This is a force, this is a current measurement, and it is a voltage measurement, right? So you can see here in this diagram, voltage what is doing, it will be push up the electrons in one place to the another place. But what is resistance is doing, it is opposing, it is always opposing the flow of electrons from one place to the another place. So these things will be happens inside of the circuit. So దీని నుంచి మనము ఆ ఓమ్స్ లాని డిఫైన్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. So I hope all of you understand. So from this diagram, Ohm's law is nothing but what we are define Ohm's law. The temperature remains constant. The applied voltage is directly proportional to the current flowing through that conductor. Is nothing but V is directly proportional to I. But what is the resistance is doing? Inverse work. Inverse work is nothing but it is opposites the voltage. ఈ వోల్టేజ్ ని ఆపోజ్ చేస్తా ఉంది అంటే ఇట్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రెడ్యూసింగ్ ద స్పీడ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్. సో ఫ్రమ్ దట్ V is inversely proportional to the resistance. Resistance force అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వకుంటూ వెళ్ళింది అనుకోండి, వోల్టేజ్ ఫోర్స్ ఏమవుతుంది, డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇఫ్ ద ఏరియా ఈస్ డిక్రీజెస్, ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ద వోల్టేజ్ ఆల్సో decreases. Means the resistance is increases, voltage is decreases. So from these two relationship, so we can draw a simple formula. V is equals to I by R. So this is a Ohm's law formula. V is equal to I into R, another formula. R is equal to V by I. It is another formula. So if we draw the graph, simply we are connecting a battery. There is a load we are connected here. Whenever the voltage is applied, automatically the current will be passing through the conductor. So that is we are called as a I. So how can we get the relationship is nothing but, so according to the statement, I is directly proportional to V or V is directly proportional to I. So directly proportional is nothing but one is increases, automatically another also increases. So for example, we are taking voltage on x-axis, current on y-axis. Voltage on x-axis and current on y-axis. Then how can we obtain the graph is nothing but a linear graph we are